Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Right, hello there everyone, welcome back to the Kop TV for the player ratings of Liverpool's 3-1 win against Norwich. Not a bad game, not a bad result. It's one step further to our title race. We've got a final on Sunday, we rotated today. Boss. But let's break down the individual performances and actually see who stood out more today. So in goal we went with Alisson. I feel like he's just doing what he does best, makes himself look big, really is commanding in the box, really tells the players where to be. On top of that as well, you know, he can't do nothing about the goal as far as I'm concerned. No mistakes today. Oh, and not to mention he got an assist, a beautiful assist at that as well. Not the only Brazilian goalkeeper who's getting them in the league. That being said, the other one doesn't have a goal, so boss. Alisson's getting a 9 for me. I really do think that he was all round fantastic and he helped us offensively. Tsimikas, I thought, well, he had that big chance in the first half, he should have scored that. His defensive performance though, listen, you know, the way we're defending right now, it really does take all the individuals to make sure that it's done right. When you think about the offsides and you think about how often teams get in behind, every single player has got to be absolutely certain they're in the right place at the right time, otherwise their players are going to be left on, therefore they're going to be through on goal. Tsimikas really did just settle well into that, bearing in mind he doesn't start week in, week out, he still brings good delivery, he still gets forward, and also he brings what we need defensively as well. He might not be as energetic as Robbo, but when you're just playing against Norwich, you probably don't need to be. I'm going to give Tsimikas an 8, maybe that's a little bit generous, but again, I think there's an argument that he was one of our better defenders today. Van Dijk and Matip, well, Van Dijk, I feel like I said it before to someone, I can't remember his name, unfortunately, we've done quite a few fan cams. Poor Virgil van Dijk was solid as anything, really is slowly getting back to his best, really cannot complain with the way he's getting back to his best, and on top of that as well, you know, he might not have the yard of pace he did have before, I think he does, but some people seem to say he can't cover the ground quite as easily. I see him covering the ground, I see him getting the tackles in, and again, we're seeing the results on the pitch. Inter Milan was a great game for Van Dijk, the ones before that. Today we concede one, which really, you know, there's not a hell of a lot you can do about, so really good performance from Van Dijk. I'm going to give him a 9. Matip, I feel like Matip is going to get a 7 from me. Obviously the ball deflected off him, but everything else he needed to do, sound amazing. I feel like that's just what we're getting from Matip week in, week out, and why we need him to be fit week in, week out. Gomez at right back, again, I didn't think he really done amazing, but I didn't think he'd done terrible. I thought he slotted in just well. There was a few players on the Norwich team that was really going at him, and I think they were trying to target Gomez, but I think defensively he held his own, and what people need to realise, it is different defending out wide than what it is in the middle when you're next to Virgil van Dijk. When you're out there by yourself and you've got to push out just that little bit further, luckily Gomez has the pace to cover for it, but he's just had loads of injuries. He's not going to be looking sharp. Today he looked sharp. I feel like that he was a really important part of the defence. I'll give Joe Gomez maybe a 7. I'll go with a 7. I was thinking 6.5, 7, but I think 6.5 leans more towards a poor performance. The midfield, right, Henderson slotting in for the Fabinho role. Thought he's done sound. I feel like that you can't really complain about what Henderson does. He does the basics well, and on top of that as well, he really does lead the team by example. So for me, Henderson gets a 7. Then when you go further forward, Thiago came on. Remind me who started the midfield. Keita and Oxlade, wasn't it? Keita and Oxlade. So Keita had a few chances. I feel like Keita's one of them. If he could perform on a week-to-week basis, then, or if he could play on a week-to-week basis, then we're going to see a lot more results from Naby Keita. It's just one thing I noticed, that he could be a really special player. There was times today where he had that chance early on in the first half. The way he hits a ball from outside the box, he's really one of the best in the Premier League. It's just about giving him them chances on a more frequent basis, and I think we could see some sick goals. Keita will get a 6.5. Oxlade will get a 6.5 as well. Oxlade was just not getting as involved as much as possible. His end product in terms of the final ball isn't quite there all the time, but he does bring energy to the game and he still contributes a hell of a lot, so still a very solid performance from him. And then the front three, you know, you've got to go with, in my opinion, Luis Diaz stood out the most, but all of them were worthy of 9 out of 10 performances. We'll start off with Mane, getting bicycle kicks, doing his thing, winning the AFCON, coming back and still scoring goals. I feel like, you know, this thing about how Mane was washed has just completely kind of died now. Maybe he's not doing what he used to, but he's still doing really a lot for this team. At the end of the day, he gets another goal today, sets the tempo, goes on to win 3-1. Diaz in the middle. Well, I thought he was going to be starting in the middle with the way he lined it up. He was more on the left today. I thought he'd done a great role, cutting inside constantly. The way he's on the ball, his technical ability, really cannot complain with the progression that we're seeing from Luis Diaz. His performance at Inter Milan as well. When he came on, he made a difference. Every game he's played, it's added a little spark. Therefore, we need to actually take notice of this. We need to take notice of the player that we could have. And if he can do this on a week-to-week basis, there's no doubt he's going to be world class. So we're very lucky to have a player like Luis Diaz, and what a great find from the marketing team and from the scouting team more specifically. So Diaz for me, I'll have to give him a 9. Salah, where do you run out of words to say about Mo Salah? He's the top goal scorer, most assists on top of this. He's just so consistent to the point where you can't deny his absolutely world-class ability, but on top of that, just how consistent that he really is. Give him the contract, someone's just said, and 100% right. If you don't give a player like Mo Salah the contract, then I really do feel like you're being a bit delusional. You're really going to go ahead and let go of another potential Luis Suarez or a Fernando Torres, except Suarez and Torres. Suarez got better, Torres not so much. Salah's only going to get better in my eyes as well, and I feel like we saw that today. He's always so hungry for a goal. He's so persistent when it comes to trying to get that goal, and he keeps getting them week in, week out. It's nice to win. It's nice to win on a week-to-week basis. On top of that as well, we've got a final to look forward to. We should probably be a preview on the channel, to be fair. I'll give my prediction dead quick. 2-1. Chelsea don't concede a lot of goals usually. That being said, I think we're the ones with Luis Diaz, with all these options up front. Fucking hell, Minamino's got 8 goals in that competition. I think we're going to see some goals. Let's see what happens, but let's hope that we win, just like today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the Kop TV and smash a like. See you later.
Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.